the world champion 3 times over, but will he be able to be champion here today on the Rotsi?
In lane 1 from Bulgaria is Christian Vasilev. Lane 2 from Netherlands, and aren't the Dutch having a fantastic day here? Simon van Dorp. And the neutral athlete, Johanni Zalati. In lane 4, the imposing figure of Ollie Zeidler, the world champion. Lane 5 from Denmark, Sverre Nielsen. And we've had a withdrawal of lane 6, New Zealand, Tom McIntosh, due to medical reasons.
So the boats leap away from the start, these little single sculls, only weighing 14 kilograms each. Zalatny, the neutral athlete, really wanted it yesterday. He pushed his way through Simon van Dorp to make sure he got that centre lane position, which puts him alongside Ollie Zeidler. Yesterday and throughout this regatta, Ollie Zeidler has been jumping out on the field, taking a boat length lead really by 500 and then controlling it. But I think what Zeidler's developing now is so many different ways to race, that he can sit in the field and then go later, or he can try to go out early. Still doesn't look like he's sculling very long at this point to me. Little machine next to me saying he's at 47 strokes a minute. You can see it there on your graphic. It's still not up to full length. It's giving him half a boat length now by 250 gone. What do you think, Sarah?
Yeah, he's so impressive. Such a physique, it's just unbelievable. He almost makes the boat look like a little toy sitting underneath him. But the 2022-2023 world champion, he completed the World Cup hat-trick last year in 2023. Can he do it again in 2024? Of course, undefeated this season, winning World Cup 1 and the European Championships, getting himself out into that controlling position that you mentioned, Greg.
Well, they're all big men, Sarah. We had a look there at Christian Vasilev. He stands 6'6" or 197 centimetres. He was in the hotel that I was in, and I saw him at breakfast, and I looked up to him and said, good luck, have a good race. And we're seeing them coming here through that first 500. And Ollie Zeidler does have that one length lead, the way he likes it. He's coming up a little bit longer now. He's 40 strokes a minute, looks like, using more of that slide length. Unsurprisingly, Simon van Dorp going with him. Here's Vasilev over there, who's just in that bronze medal position right now.
Yeah, perhaps seeing this field spread out a bit quicker than I probably would have expected. I mean, Ollie's clearly come out here to send a message. He's the fastest moving boat on the course. He's just got a little bit of clear water over Simon van Dorp from Netherlands, who has almost a length on the rest of the field there. More or less the trailing 3 athletes are locked together though, bow ball for bow ball. That's Nielsen of Denmark, Zalati, the individual neutral athlete, and Vasilev from Bulgaria. Sverre Nielsen, we know that he's been a consistent A finalist. He won the silver medal in the men's single scull at the 2019 World Rowing Championships. Can he get himself back into this fight for the bronze medal? Those 3 duking it out to make it onto the podium in this race. But look at the Dutch and the German sculler just clearing out on the rest of the field, Greg. I don't know that I've seen this kind of dominance in a men's single scull at this stage. Well,
this is the way that Ollie Zeidler likes it. You can see he's got those grips, red for stroke side, green for bow side, and he is just opening a gap on Sverre Nielsen, who we see here, and the rest of the field. At the moment, as you say, there's one race which is for the bronze medal, and then we've got Simon van Dorp in the silver medal position, and Ollie Zeidler is making that gold medal position his own right now.
Absolutely dominating. Look at him going through the 1,000-metre mark. No doubt about the race leader. It is the German, Ollie Zeidler, over a length clear of the second place position at the moment, the Dutch sculler Simon van Dorp. Third is the neutral athlete Zalati, and Sverre Nielsen closely behind, still in the hunt for that bronze.
when you look at Ollie Zeidler here, look how smooth he is now. He doesn't need to necessarily use the whole slide length as we see here from Simon van Dorp. If anything, you see him just changing direction, and that could be just kicking the boat back a little bit. As it is, Ollie Zeidler tends to sit on that slide. It's more like he uses kind of 2/3 of a slide length. But as it is, Van Dorp is keeping the gap. He's keeping that little overlap. So in some ways, this looks quite decent for Simon van Dorp, I think.
Yeah, this looks quite interesting in this third quarter here. I mean, these scullers are used to racing each other. It really is such an intimate, I guess, race. They get to know each other and their race plans. We see him keep looking over. Simon van Dorp, he keeps checking over to see what the distance is, but he has got his bow just on the stern of Ollie Zeidler here. Does he have something in the back pocket?
Well, I think he might do. We're looking at look there at Zalati, the neutral athlete, but this is where it's at. It's another look to the side for Simon van Dorp, and as you say, it's such a personal, private race. He is closing that gap. You can see it's now 6 meters on the graphic. With our eyes, we can see it's a decent overlap. The question now is whether Ollie can go again. We've seen him use different kind of tactics. Ollie Zeidler here, he looks really smooth, he looks really clean. He's not doing much to slow the boat down, but he might need to do something to speed it up right now in this last 500.
Yeah, Van Dorp, he kept looking over his shoulder. He clearly had something he wanted to do tactically here, and we've seen it unfold. He's shown his cards. He's got overlap. There's only half a length in it now. 0.72 behind. Is Van Dorp going to challenge Zeidler here, or does Zeidler have a sprint? I think that Ollie's got something. He looks calm. He's down on 39 strokes per minute. I reckon he's got a gear to go, but here comes Van Dorp.
Well, everyone's good at looking calm, keeping that calm, relaxed face, but it'll be burning in those arms, it'll be burning in those muscles. I think you're right, though, that Simon van Dorp came at Ollie Zeidler. Ollie Zeidler is now looking to respond. You can see the stroke rates, they're pretty similar. Is that gap getting bigger? It's up to 4 meters now. Ollie Zeidler's responded to that pressure, that press that came from Simon van Dorp. Van Dorp didn't win the semi-final yesterday. He let Zalati take it because he knew today was the race that was going to matter. This is what he's been training for. He's 5 meters down on the world champion Ollie Zeidler. Can Simon van Dorp make a move, or has Ollie Zeidler got what he needs to move away in these red boys?
The Dutch sculler steps it up to 40 strokes per minute. Zeidler steps from 37 to 39. He's checking that move. It's still half a length. I don't think that Simon van Dorp is reeling in any more distance. Look at his face. He's sucking the air in, Greg.
He's checking the move, but I think he's checking his sculling boat as well. If anything, I think Simon van Dorp is moving. I think at the moment the racecourse could run out too soon, although Ollie Zeidler needs to keep it clean as Van Dorp is putting pressure on. The gap is getting smaller. I think Ollie Zeidler is being rowed to a standstill by Simon van Dorp. Here we go, coming down to the line, and Simon van Dorp of the Netherlands has got that bow in front. Ollie Zeidler, wow, didn't have it in the last 250.
Wow, Ollie Zeidler's boat almost stopped there. He absolutely blew.
Simon van Dorp, what a race from him. How well timed that was. He took those looks. He knew what he needed to do. A brilliant race from Simon van Dorp to get ahead of Ollie Zeidler. It was Zalati, the neutral athlete, who will pick up the bronze medal. But the Dutch are having a day out here. Ollie Zeidler will be gutted. He tried to check that move that came, but he didn't really have what he needed. What a race from Simon van Dorp.
And the bronze medal went to the individual neutral athlete, Zalati. But what a race that was between Van Dorp and Zeidler.
Simon van Dorp was just hanging in there, wasn't he? In that third 500, he just made enough of a move to keep an overlap and kind of keep contact on Ollie Zeidler. And then when it really came to that sprinting, I guess that's what happens in a single. Any little wobble, any chink in the armour, and you can take a lot of distance. And Simon van Dorp must have taken half a length there in the last 250. Just looking at the graphic, it was 0.7 of a second with 500 to go. So it's only about a second, probably less than a second, that Van Dorp's taken off Ollie Zeidler in the last 500. It's an all-important second. So Simon van Dorp wins here at World Cup 2 ahead of Ollie Zeidler.
Let's hear it for our medalists. Sponsored